Live on the phone now. I am really excited about this because every year I do have my favourite housemate, and without a doubt, Joel was my favourite. He made me laugh. I even tweeted saying I think he would have been a winner, and he's joining me live now. So let's say hello to Joel. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. It's great to be back in Cardiff and back in Wales with my family and friends. But it was extremely humbling, the support of so many people on finale night. And to be runner-up is something very special.
I mean, you're so fascinating to watch. Like, every time I watch you, I would just smile for some reason. That's really cheesy, but you're so entertaining. And I think the majority of the time you don't even realise you're entertaining. And I think that's why so many people were behind you.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's also very humbling. I think when you're in the Big Brother house, the only thing you can be is yourself. And if you're not authentic, within 9.5 weeks, you're going to get caught out.
Yeah.
So it's always good to be yourself.
And I mean, what I liked most about you is even the massive characters who are known for arguing with people. And you would challenge them, and you wouldn't back down or be intimidated by them. You would argue your point. And one thing I really liked, I can't remember who it was with. I think it might have been Jade, who was kind of shouting at you, and you said, "I'm not willing to entertain a conversation with you when you're not understanding the facts and things like that." And I like the way you stood up for yourself, and you didn't take any rubbish.
Well, I think it's always good for a person to have an opinion, and it's always good for people to stand up for themselves, particularly when they think that they are in the right. And I wasn't afraid to speak my mind, and I think everyone in the house, on the whole, spoke their mind, and that's good because you know where you are and you know where you stand with people, and that is something which is valuable when you're in the Big Brother house.
I mean, when you went into the house, you kind of said that you would like to be the next Prime Minister, in the future. And I mean, people at first thought, he's going to be into politics and stuff. And then you went in there and you were doing your little drop, and you were doing Drop It Like It's Hard, and the words to all these songs that were coming on, and everyone just saw this fun, loving, happy Joel. And I mean, that's why I think you had a lot of support. Now, obviously, I guess you must have watched clips back. I mean, do you find it entertaining seeing your dance moves and your little routines?
Oh, well, sometimes I've been cringing at the dance I've been pulling. But I think it's important that I hope it came across that there were two sides to me. Maybe there was that serious political side. There was that funny comic side. And I hope the two connected and interconnected well. But, I think that was what I knew when I needed to go into the house. It was, you have to be yourself. And if I'm this very rigid, a very tense, political-like person, I don't think I would be portraying myself truly.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what people picked up, was the fact that you were true to yourself. And a lot of people actually said during there you're probably one housemate that wasn't fake and actually was themselves. And I was very surprised on one of the last episodes when they were talking about the public poll, and they said about, has money changed Joel in the house? And the answer actually was yes, because you were the only one that didn't care about taking the money and kind of said the winner's fund, it should be for the winner. I mean, did that shock you when you heard the results from the Big Brother poll?
Well, obviously the public have to be respected, because the public are the people who decide who they want in the Big Brother house. I don't decide. The executives don't decide. Big Brother doesn't decide. The public vote who they want to win. The public vote who they want to evict. So I have to stand by the public when they voted me as a person who is changed by money. For me, it was not my place to take from what I saw as the winner's prize fund. If I wanted to, I would have been the first person to buzz that £23,100 or £900 if it was money that would not have come off the prize fund. I'd be the first to buzz in.
Yeah.
But for me, I signed up to a competition which was about £150,000 for the winner, and in my opinion, that's what it should have been.
And I mean, making it to, you were the last man in the house, you were the runner-up. Did that shock you, the fact that so many people actually entered the house and you were voted runner-up? That must have been crazy. Did you ever expect that?
I did not expect to be voted runner-up, and I didn't expect to reach the final. So to reach and succeed in both those things is something truly amazing. To have people voting for me is also very humbling. And I was really surprised that I got that far. And you always question yourself, what have I done to get this far?
Yeah.
And, I still haven't got an answer.
I think it's because you were yourself and, like I said, very entertaining. But I mean, in one of the tasks, people the public said that they thought that you used your intellect to manipulate others. Now, that was something you kind of thought a lot on, and you could tell that comment affected you. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Because
I didn't think that comment affected me in the sense I did take it seriously.
Yeah.
Because when people make comments like that, it's something which is you're going to take in and you're going to want to answer to. In my opinion, I would put and ask people scenarios because I was bored and I wanted, to just stimulate some conversation. If it so happened that a conversation meant someone tripped up and actually was inconsistent with themselves, I wouldn't call that manipulative. I'd call that the truth.
Yeah.
And I always think it's good that people are truthful and honest with each other.
Well, I like that side anyway. Joe, a lot of people on Twitter have got comments for you. Celeb Banter on Twitter says, "Tell Joe we're his number one fan and supported him from the start, and we want a dance-off."
Oh, right, okay.
There we go. So you got a lot of that about your dance moves right there. Let's have a look. We got more for you here. Had so many as well. Let's have a look. Loads of people wanted me to get you to follow them, but I know that's something that we can't do. Callum says hello. And
hello,
then
Callum.
This is one for you. This is from Tom Gardner. He said, if you could pick one celebrity to share some quality time with in the bathtub, who would it be and why?
Well, it was probably after speaking to her at the after party and actually having an interview with her, it would be Emma Willis, because Emma Willis is an amazing celebrity and she is very interesting to talk to and to spend time with. So for me, it would definitely be Emma Willis.
And he also said, who would you have pizza with? What celebrity would you like to sit down and have a little pizza with?
In line with my interview on bots, it would have to be Ryland, because I think Ryland did sort of have a little go at me for that £2,500 pizza. I found it funny, so to spend a bit of time with Ryland over a pizza would be very cool.
I mean, that was really funny. You went in the diary room, took £2,500 from the fund to buy yourself a pizza, and when you go back in, it's a little Chicago Town microwave one. I mean, your reaction...
It was a Chicago microwavable frozen pizza, and I was spotted in Tesco's by a fan with 2 Chicago Town pizzas, and he took a photo of me, and that suddenly found its way into the Daily Mirror. So saying that I could have bought 1,249 of those in Tesco for the price of what I paid for one in the Big Brother house. So that was quite funny, but it was a decision which I regret, and it's something which I was trying to call Big Brother's bluff, but instead Big Brother called my bluff and actually took it off the price fund. So that was a big shock, and I think the housemates, some of them found it funny and some of them were rightfully so annoyed with me.
I mean, you've got to get some sort of sponsorship deal with Domino's or Pizza Express or something with that. I mean, you talk about pizza quite a lot.
I would love to get a sponsorship deal with a pizza company. I mean, Domino's is my favourite pizza, so we'll just have to see what's in store.
Yasmin said, please can you let Joel know that I voted for him 52 times to win Big Brother, and she thinks you're amazing.
Well, thank you very much, Yasmin. That is very special that you voted for me that many times. And I'm sure without people's support like yours, I wouldn't have made it as far as I had. So thank you very much.
Now, I mean, Joe, after Big Brother, obviously people they move on to projects and they have other stuff that they're working on. So what's next for you? Do you have plans to work in the media, or are you going back to your everyday life?
Well, in 12 months' time, I'll need to resit my A-levels because I didn't think I'd be in the house that long, and I actually missed my A-levels because I was in the Big Brother house. So I need to resit my A-levels in 12 months' time. So within the next 12 months, I'll just have to see what is in store and whatever arises.
Well, that's fantastic. Just a couple more tweets since we've been on air. Isla said, will you ever come to London?
Well, I will be in London. I've got a management meeting in London this week, hopefully, to see what's in store for me, and that's very interesting and very cool. So I will be in London back and forth a few times, but at the moment I'm spending time in Cardiff with my family and friends. And
Amelia says hello, and she said she would love to share a pizza with you.
Well, hello, Amelia, and thank you for that.
Megan says, please tell Joe I love him and he should definitely come to York. I mean, is that somewhere that you thought about going?
Well, York isn't actually that far away from Doncaster, and I'm hoping to go up and spend a little bit of time with Chloe. I've chatted to her quite a bit since Big Brother. So, you know, we might even take a cheeky trip up to York with Chloe, if that's cool, Megan.
Oh, well, there we go. I know you've made loads of people happy by answering those questions. It's been a pleasure having you on a show. I was right behind you in Big Brother. I love how you stood up to people, and I almost like the fact that you always had something to come, to throw back at people in an argument. There would never a stage where you would kind of, I know it's lose an argument as such, because any time you question people on stuff, they kind of back down themselves because you always had something, to put back at them.
Well, thank you very much, Lewis, and to have your support is great, and thank you very much for inviting me to be interviewed on your show.
Thank you, and hopefully get you on again soon.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you very much. Please tweet me.
I will. Thank you very much, Joel. Take care.
Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.